Hello. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a way that we can code and display qualitative data. What we have on my screen, you can see here in column C, are interview notes for a question of what keeps you up at night. And you can see the position of the people that we asked here in column D. So we talked to the VP of Manufacturing Engineering, the VP of Engineering, HR, and then the CEO of this particular company. And these quotes are all made up just to demonstrate how to code and display these data. And what I've done is I've gone through the first several pieces of text and I've already coded them. And so you can see that I've added the themes here at the top as we've gone through. And really the key here is to, all that we're doing is we're reading the text, and then anytime we see or read something that applies to one of these themes, we're putting a 1 in the box. Or if it happens to be two mentions of the same theme, we can put a 2 in the box underneath as well. So let's try this demonstration with this quote down here. This is kind of where I left off. I do have a concern with our engineers. They seem to come into the organization from top-tier engineering schools, either directly from school or with some work experience, and don't perform very well. Here I would probably put a 1 in this box for early talent turnover. We spend a lot of money with our marketing campaigns to these top schools, and my recruiting team spends a lot of time developing relationships. I think it might be time to revisit our recruiting strategy. So I might come in here and add another theme. So if I scroll over here, I can add another theme to column M. We'll call this theme 8, recruiting strategy. And I've wrapped the text as well so that we can see these various themes all at the same time. So let's scroll down and we'll put VP of HR. That goes in this box here. We'll put a 1 there. Let's see. I also wonder if we are sending the right messages for our performance management process. I think that we're losing a lot of our top performers, and I'm not sure that we are, let's go down here, compensating them for their performance. So that's another total rewards comment, and I would put a 1 in this box. Let's go to the CEO. Oh, and the other thing that we want to do is we want to, I'm actually going to delete this top row, and we're going to come up here to view, freeze panes, and then freeze top row so that when we scroll down, we can see the different themes across the top. And so let's take a look at our CEO comments. I'm not sure that we're optimizing our organization structure. We have a theme here on organization structure, so I'm going to put a 1 in the box there. I don't think we have the engineers in the right places around the world. Different ways of doing things around the world don't have any global standards. That's another theme that we heard. I'll put a 1 here. Main customer base in the US, always flying people in from other countries, hire the best people from the best schools, and pay top dollar for them. Why don't we have people close to our customers? So we can code them there. And probably that's a recruiting strategy one as well. And you'll see, you may be listening to this and saying, well, I don't think that's a recruiting strategy comment. That's more about total rewards. Well, you will see throughout these comments, and as you start to code your own qualitative data, you'll see that you can go lots of different ways, just like the grocery sorting exercise. You can go lots of different ways with these comments. And so it's really, this is where the art comes into play with coding these data. And that's why it's always helpful to have another person do the same thing so that you can make sure that you have multiple points of view. We tend to spend more money on top tier schools. We need the best of the best for our company, and I'm willing to spend the money to get them. So again, I'm going to put that in recruiting strategy. So now that we've coded all these data, and you can imagine if we have many more notes, we would just continue this exercise. You can see how much time this takes to read through all the comments and code them and come up with a way to code those various themes. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to unfreeze the panes. What we're going to do now is we're going to put these into a pivot table. So I'm going to highlight all the data, and I'm going to say insert pivot table and hit OK. What we're going to do is we're going to drag all of these themes down into the values section down here. You can see it's coming up with the sum of all those different ones that we put in the boxes. The reason why we want to do sum is because if we did happen to have 2 in one of the boxes, instead of saying count, it would only count that as 1. So we want to make sure that we do a sum there. Do we have 2 theme 7s? We do. That's okay. It's just a typo. The other thing that we want to do is go to values. We're going to drag this from columns to rows, and you can see all of our themes here. Now, what we want to do next is we're going to click on the 2 up here, and we're going to right click and say sort, largest to smallest. You can see here our top theme is recruiting strategy, followed by a bunch of themes that had the number 2 that were mentioned 2 times, and then finally knowledge retention was 1. And we can very, very easily here put this into a chart. And so we'll say insert, we'll put it into a bar chart just to be easy. And you can see very easily we now have a visualization of our qualitative data. And you can play with this chart in any way that you want to pretty it up and make it look nicer if you'd like, however you want to do it. We've gone through those in our introductory module. So very time-consuming effort to code everything, but once it's coded, you can then use pivot tables to really help you to understand where your data points you and make sure that you're able to quantify all of your data. So I hope you learned something today, and thank you for watching the video.